Actually, he stopped tweeting. I predict he stopped tweeting when he died. I think that's what happened.
What was the last thing he said again?
All right, the last thing, Neutron Star. The
Neutron
tweet
Star.
before he died.
He was definitely on some shit.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. That's right, we're talking about Twomad again, and there's been more to come out on this situation and plenty more of people to bring forth their stories, not that they feel comfortable with it. And having seen some of the videos and pictures that I've seen, I kind of understand why they were waiting so long. A lot of people waited so long to really speak out about it as much because it seems like every time they attempted to or were going to, they were either facing legal issues because all of these people are basically just celebrities at this point, and they face defamation lawsuits or whatever. And I've seen plenty of videos and screenshots and other people, and it just looks like that if they were to like always speak out about them, they were in harm's way all the time. And like the dude was just a walking menace to society, and I can't say that about a lot of people. I can be as exaggeratory as I want, but it just looks like just the definition of walking society, threat to society. I apologize for butchering my words. The clip you saw at the beginning was me and my friends going through Twitter and coming up with our own theories about what was actually happening, and we were reviewing some of the footage and the clips and the pictures that we saw, and just that's kind of when I decided it's time to make a video to kind of tell more people's stories, because this whole thing is wild. There's receipts here too. I see a large argument of people, I guess not really a large argument for a minority of people, saying that it's disrespectful to have brought this out just now. And like I said before, these people are basically celebrity figures and face lawsuits of defamation, potentially dragging out the actual court dealings that were going on at the time as well, or whatever pending charges, whatever that existed. It would have just made the whole thing significantly more messy. On top of that, every time something came forward about this guy, Twomad would just post something unbelievably outrageous and would skyrocket to the top of Twitter, right? It would just kind of brush it off. No one would be able to see most of it. I took the time to go through most of the tweets and everything. I'm talking about, we went back to 2020. It was a lot we went through. So it just looks like he was just like saying and doing outrageous things to just kind of bury it and be like, I'm just a goofy guy, look at me, guys. Perfect example. This clip right here.
While I'm driving, man. Do this at your own.
Oh, fuck!
You dumbass! What would you do that?
I'm gonna be 100%. While I was recording this one snippet, was like I was on mute the whole time. But obviously you just saw right there. He was, he just starts kicking in the windshield, and the driver of the vehicle is understandably upset by this, and they don't want him to do that, and he just breaks it. Now, usually that's Twomad's content, is just being a public nuisance, but not to an extent of like harassing people on camera all the time. He might have done it a little bit, but it kind of seems like he tried to keep up the appearance that he wasn't like a douchebag to everyone around him. He just destroys things that, he has access to, right? There's another clip here I will show you, but I'm going to get into it in a moment. There's a guy named Luca Big Pants who was basically roommates with Twomad, and this guy was, he was roommates with just about everyone, but he was roommates with him for about a month. I think it was in the range of a month, and he was saying that it was like basically a round-the-clock babysitting job, and severe property damage was involved, pissed off neighbors, multiple police visits. I mean, having seen some of the videos that have surfaced now, I totally understand where that's coming from, because there's even videos that I can't show most of them, and I can't show half of them, and it involves a lot of firearms indoors in the properties that he's in. And he even, countless things I've seen of negligent discharge and negligent handling of firearms, which, I'm going to be completely honest, coming from me, is completely disrespectful to the use of a firearm and to the purpose of a firearm, to treat it such as like a toy. It is disrespectful. You put everyone in danger, you put yourself in danger. It's just neglectful to do. Here's the clip here. I can't show you the discharge because, YouTube's going to be pissed, but like, you can hear one of the dudes say like, oh, my ears are ringing. Like,
bro, my fucking ears.
Yeah, we're good though. Yay! What the fuck?
You can believe what you want to believe. It just seems like there's a lot of reference of firearms owned illegally, or firearms that were possessed and were used negligently. and they're just like being treated as toys. Especially in this video, if there was no discharge, still he's treating it as a toy and he's pointing it around at his home like it's just like it's cool, right? And here's this screenshot right here. This was posted by the Jameski, and Jameski's been putting out quite a bit of information. That's kind of why I was waiting to put this video out, because I wanted more to, rather than just, you know, just saying what people were talking about on Twitter. And I want to put this out now because this is like I'm gonna put a video of what an interaction that just seems very uncomfortable to be in, for this girl like meeting Twomad. And it just seems like the whole thing is like very off-putting, and you can hear the audio in it. And it's like Jameski took a screenshot, and the screenshot is, I mean, he's putting a lot of just pictures up and not giving a whole lot of context. So I'm having to do digging for the context quite often here. And I mean, that's a little bit of a problem, but there are other stories corroborated by other people on Twitter, such as him having to, you know, leave a convention early after getting threats on his life. And he had to actually stay with like a viewer or fan in a hotel room and to hide from Twomad, right? And then there's also more pictures he provides of negligent discharge of firearms, broken glass, things like that, and hospital bills, including that, and on top of everything. He was also allegedly informed by the California State Supreme Court that he wasn't allowed to own firearms at all. Now, again, this is coming from Jameski, and Jameski's just kind of putting up pictures, but there are other people I'm seeing corroborate it, like other larger figures. Now, there's again a lot of arguments right now going around that it just seems like you guys are vilifying him only after he's dead. Now, there's multitude of reasons why this could be happening, and I've already stated a good couple of them, and it's kind of up in the air. It just seems like everyone's kind of arguing about the whole situation, when there's a lot of messages, a lot of screenshots, and like his behavior kind of backs up the idea of him, you know, doing like these crazy things. And it just seems like actually like he might have been, you know, crazy. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. There's not really many words for me to put it. It just doesn't make him look any better, right? And I'm just gonna put that video up here now.
Oh, really? Video. I don't care. Okay. I didn't know how to say hi to them. Good. Did you think it was a real gun?
Is that the one you were saying?
I have a real one. I may still have a real one. That one just isn't real. Yeah.
Now, what's essentially happening in this Ring doorbell footage is that, you know, this woman's showing up to Twomad's door, and he answers the door, and, you know, he answers the door with a gun. Now, you're when you go to meet someone and they answer the door with a gun, you're not going to sit there and go, oh, is it a BB gun or is it a real gun? Damn, you got me. Like, obviously, you're going to be uncomfortable with the whole thing, and he says, no, it's a BB gun, don't worry. I do have a real gun, though. I may still have a real gun. And first of all, having to say I may still have a real gun is already backs up the evidence, backs up the idea that he wasn't supposed to have a gun. It sort of backs it up, and there's other claims and other court stuff going on that backs that up as well, that he wasn't supposed to have one. And this doesn't make it look any better. And you could kind of skew either way. I could understand how you could be skeptical, but still, like, regardless of what's happening in this video, him answering the door, making her extremely uncomfortable, understandably, is like, I get why you'd be, like, not want that in your face, and I would understand why you would, like, look at that and go, damn, he might have actually been crazy. And then he drops, like, I may have a real one, though. Like, it doesn't help his defense a whole lot. It really doesn't. And there are people arguing with Jameski that he just took the screenshot of the video without really telling the context, which that one, actually, I feel like Jameski definitely dropped the ball on explaining, and he just kind of expected everyone to understand the reference. And I mean, I had to dig for this stuff, so I mean, Jameski, it's not helping your credibility on that one, but come on, man. Now, the next thing we're gonna get into is essentially screenshots of DMs from between Twomad and Kiwi. Kiwi obviously got some, getting in contact with Twomad, and then got some like unsavory messages. There are plenty of unsavory messages between him and other females. There are so many of them. And this one has to be like the craziest fucking one. I think I was talking about this earlier, but like the jiggling ass thing and the jiggling stomach, like that was it was just some out of pocket shit. I'll put the screenshots up here. These are the messages here, and this is the tweet here from Kiwi. I will take your virginity, consensually, freely, explicitly given, comfortable. I will make you as comfortable as possible. Pick you up when you call. You know, this kind of crazy stuff. So can I fuck or not? This bitch, KYS, like, just like absurd, like 11:26 p.m. This stuff down here, like, it's insane that this is just going on, and he's just saying this. It's not like a normal thing to like. I've never been in like a group chat where shit like this is just dropped, or someone just starts saying this shit to me, because this is not backing it up. Now there are people saying that they are skeptical that messages like this are even real and they're probably just fake. Rap God with the blue check mark and the same picture from his actual Twitter. That's him right here. That's Twomad right there. Now the next thing we're gonna get into is the Minx situation. She just was kind of like in and out of the whole thing, and people were kind of like jumping on her to like make fun of her on Twitter and all of her other social medias, where she just seems to be, like, I'm upset that he was passed away, but even though he's a freak or whatever, and I was appalled to see so many people were trying to slander him and all this other things. Despite the fact that there's an actual clip of her saying that she hopes that he fucking dies and, offs himself or something. You can't just like be saying shit like that and then being like, I can't believe you guys slandered him. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You can't just go back on that, right? These are days between each other. She's saying different things, and she seems to be all over the place. And then she even says, like, on February 14th, Twomad fucking stalked me until he passed away. I felt relief too, but speaking on it an hour after he passed, weird. And then she was literally saying, hoping that he fucking died, right? Like, but well before he had died, like, kind of crazy. And then she made a TikTok about it on top of it, and the caption was this is it right here. POV, your stalker finally dies, and then but you realize no man will chase you the same way. Like, come on, you can't just, you're jumping back and forth way too much here. And she says, dark humor, sorry. And I could understand if you're like still on the fence about this whole situation. I could get it. There's a lot of misinformation there, and a lot of things could seem intentionally vague. But I mean, really, you have to do a lot of digging, and you're gonna have to take from a lot of resources if you want a definite from this situation, rather than just kind of calling everything fake. I feel like sitting on the side and taking the time to research is probably your best bet, because you'd be shocked about the amount of stuff that is true. So with that said, I'm going to wrap it up here, and if there's going to be another chance that anyone wants to see another video of this, let me know in the comments. Let me know your own experience. Maybe you have some stuff that I missed out on in this video, and, I'll pin it. I'll pin it. Of course, we'll have to confirm that it's actually true. I'll pin it, back it up, that kind of thing. And everyone will be able to get to see and share their own experiences. Let me know if you want to see gameplay-wise or content-wise. Subscribe, stick around, like if you like it, you dislike it. And I'm trying to really grow the channel. I'm trying to get into the YouTube recommended, and I'm really trying to get to everyone as many people as I can, to really entertain as many people as I can, inform people on what I'm finding, what I'm reading. Because not everyone's gonna sit here and take the time to fucking dig through shit like I am. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoy it sometimes. I kind of enjoy it. All right, well, I guess that's been me talking about the Twomad situation again, and I probably will again. See ya.